1. Welcome back to the port. I'm the Gallop Major.
I'm Eggy Harris.
And I'm Man Bobs.
And we're doing a continued review of the British cruisers which have just dropped today from Tier 4 to 7.
We're starting off looking at William Tennant from where we picked off last time. We've gone the inspirations with Gunfalutjans and Mikawa, so we're going for the AP concealment build. Got the Ingenious Indicator, which we still think is the most useful ability to have. Secondly, we've gone for Speed, to get that for the quite nippy cruisers, and Light Fortress is the next ability to stop that incoming damage because obviously we're a bit paper thin. Then we've got the Steer Clear, so helping obviously with the rudder shift to keep us kiting, and then we've gone for the fully packed legendary ability to give us the extra consumable and the reload time down a little bit. So I mean all of our stats will be based off this, but we still think this is the prime build to have.
Now, we've been waiting for this for quite a while now, and I've been saving global XP since about November, so I've been able to pretty much get all these cruisers off my own back, which has been quite nice. Looking into the Emerald, consumable wise, as expected, we're coming with smoke, sonar and repair parties. You come with 2 basically, and then I've managed to get 3 of each using Tennant's fully packed.
Yeah, which we think is probably going to be the most you're going to want in a game. I mean, trying to use more than 3 smoke screens is probably doable, but you have to be using them all the time and popping them left, right and centre. So this, we think this is a good quantity to have.
The smoke consumable duration, that is a lot longer than that's almost double what I was expecting for them to drop.
It's quite a big smoke screen as well, isn't it? Really, you can hide a few teammates in it as well if you want to.
I definitely think it's definitely the better play over the spotter aircraft.
Yeah, it's what gives the British cruisers the edge, really, isn't it? Because your spotter planes are kind of common, aren't they now?
Yeah. I mean, one thing we have to look into is just when you're popping it whilst reducing your speed, do you outrun your smoke screen is probably going to be the question.
Yeah, I think you might have to have a bit of planning for it, really, because when I used it, I found that I had to slow down a bit, then smoke and turn to sort of create a bigger spread so that I could stop in it.
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Looking over the stats, hit points, looks quite low for tier.
Yeah, I mean, to me initially as well, still higher than a Nuremberg at 5 though.
Everything's higher than a Nuremberg.
Everything's higher than a Nuremberg as we know. But that, as a yardstick, as a tier 5 that's considered light, still looks pretty decent though. Armour thicknesses, I'm not sure how that's distributed. But
Aaron's probably the better man for that.
It looks well. The 76mm is going to be your maximum armour, and that's going to be in your Citadel. So that's going to be your Citadel's big, your Citadel's thin. Should we jump down to artillery?
Yeah.
So look at artillery. We've got the 6-inch guns. How did you find them?
They're actually pretty decent. If you can get a cruiser broadside, you can get a few Citadels out. I managed to pump out 11 in a game. They can be a little bit underwhelming against battleships, but if you aim for the superstructure and get through the deck, you can get consistent damage with a quick reload. So they're not too shabby, really. They're quite interesting to use, aside from the other ships.
Quite rapid firing. That's quite nice. Yeah.
What's the reload is it 7.5 seconds?
7.5,
yeah. You can get a consistent stream, kind of like an Atlanta. So you can kind of get consistent damage going out. Although they're not the hardest punching, you can get quite a decent spread of damage out.
That's nice.
Secondaries look sort of middle of the road, 4.7 kilometres.
Yeah, I've got to be honest. I didn't get close enough to anything to get my secondaries going.
You kind of don't want to, because when you are that close, you're gonna get punched to death.
Well, that's the thing, isn't it? I mean, it's looking at stats. So I'm not sure what mods that you've have on this profile, but going forward as well, we're probably not going to be buffing secondaries, are you? You're probably going to go for steering gears, so they're always going to stay that good, to be honest.
Now, looking at the torpedoes, bearing in mind this is a fully upgraded Emerald. 6 kilometre torpedo range for this tier is quite nice, especially for a cruiser.
59 knots is average to reasonable, so not too bad to be
I think I recall, the Emerald's only got 1 launcher per side.
Yeah.
So you only got broadside of 4 torpedoes.
Yeah.
Manoeuvrability, I'm really loving the speed on these.
Yeah, they're very nippy. Very nippy. Yeah, you can you kind of more have to sort of play them like a constant moving forward, turning, keeping yourself angled. So they're good at maintaining speed through corners, sort of thing. They're quite nippy.
One of the stats that we don't see here is the acceleration.
Yeah.
That is really nice. Because one of the things we've picked up is none of these come with the ability to have propulsion mods.
but they all feel quite sort of quick out the blocks, don't they? Yeah.
It's really quite nice. And then concealment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good stats there. 10-kilometre detectability YC, that's good. I mean, I'm not sure how much Mikawa is helping us here, but I don't think anyone who's even not using concealed build is going to struggle with their concealment. It's still below, still better than you'd get any other sort of equivalent ship, I think.
Yeah, combine that with when you do get stakes, you've got smoke screen, that's
exactly.
nice.
4.7 in smoke's not bad. I think the one game we saw earlier, that was kind of a good amount of it as well. Things were starting to sort of crop into the frame around sort of 5 kilometres and still saying just about hidden. Yeah. I mean, we'll see have a look at the upgrades you have on it. Just a review.
Yeah, so from a upgrades point of view, initially I think a monster's going to be the way to go most of the time.
Yeah. Like we said with the secondaries, they're a bit they're not really the kind of way you want to play this. So and the main battery mod is
your advantage is the reload time.
Yeah, exactly. So you're kind of negating that by just putting on the main mod too. So your aiming system kind of gives you a wider spread of stuff.
Well, any ship with torpedoes, it's always worth considering aiming systems anyway for the
definitely
for the transverse speed.
If I'm honest, I put it on most ships really.
Yeah, same here I think.
Yeah, apart from the German battleships, but.
And then obviously just the traditional for the upgrades you get with the other 3.
Yeah, there's no really much point talking about them.
No.
At the end of the day, you're going to have them. You're not going to decide not to have them.
If you're that cheap and you can't afford a 3 in tier 4, then
it's
the wrong game.
This isn't the video for you.
What are you doing here? Should we go on to look at the Leander next?
Yeah, so moving over on to the Leander consumables, as you can see, we're staying with the repair, sonar and smoke.
3-3,
you can still swap out your smoke for an aircraft, but again, I don't think that's worth it.
No.
There's nothing really much more to be said in these. They've got, at the moment they're staying about the same. You're staying about 100 repair per second.
Yeah, you got halfway through the buff.
That does change higher up, and we'll mention that when we come to it. Moving on to stats, survivability.
So you gain a little bit more health, but we're not really seeing a lot. Armour thickness has gone up slightly as well.
It's only about 25 million. You're Citadel as well.
And then everyone else's guns have got better, so yeah, it's going to be the same story throughout, isn't it?
Yeah, tier 5 is when you start to see some of the heavier cruisers, especially say that Pensacola and the Oboe.
Yeah, I think the Oboe is kind of your worst nightmare as well, really. I think with that, we've played a couple of games in the 5 so far, and we tend to get this attitude when we come across a battleship. You get halved, really, we call it. Where half your HP just goes.
One hit and you're halved.
Yeah, and it's kind of 2 of those you're gone.
It doesn't really matter about your angling either if you're too close, because they can overpen you, they can Citadel you.
You're overmatched all over.
Yeah. And even like some ships with higher caliber battleships, say, and they use HE, that does just as much as their AP.
Yeah. And I think that's probably why it's vital to have the smoke screen at this tier as well,
and the rudder.
And the rudder, because it gives you the big advantage.
Don't get hit.
Yeah, don't be seen, don't be hit.
Yeah.
Looking into artillery, so we're still at 6-inch guns, which is going to be the continuing theme. Relay times again, we're looking at 7.5.
One thing I have picked up as well is because obviously the caliber is smaller, and obviously it's the range is quite short for its tier. I mean, I'm not sure the exact numbers off the top of my head, but I think my Oboe is probably around 16, maybe.
Yeah, that sounds right for about 8-inch gun.
Yeah, so obviously we're only down at 14.2 here, so you've got to factor that engagement into your strategy, where you like to play basically. And then secondaries again, just gone from 4.7 to 5.3 kilometre range, is still nothing to write home about.
Secondaries really are second thought here.
Yeah, exactly.
I say with the Leander, I found the guns are very effective against tier 4s. If you're in a 4 or 5 game, then you can kind of shred through most things in tier 4.
Yeah,
but I think you might struggle with a 5 and 6 game.
Yeah, I think the biggest downer to these will be when they're up tiers, when you're in you're that lower tier of the game.
Yeah.
Moving on to torpedoes, now we're up to 8 kilometre range.
It's a good range.
Yeah,
it's very reasonable.
I mean, I think isn't the Oboe like 12 kilometres?
No, I don't think it's that quite that far. I think it's. I want to say like between 10 and 11.
Yeah, sounds about right. Yeah, so you're not going to be the reaching out torpedo boat that the Oboe is, but it's nice to have them.
But they're definitely faster though. I mean, 61 knot. I don't know what the Oboe is the top of my head, but I think they're in the 50s.
Especially with that single launch ability.
Yeah.
If you do what I call a donkey punch, you put all your torpedoes in a single line.
Yeah.
A battleship's not going to have time to make that turn to avoid them.
Well, the first game I did this earlier, wasn't it? We had that lumbering New Mexico, and I just single fired the 4 torpedoes out.
Yeah.
And all of them went into it, which is, like I said, a nice way of taking something down.
Maneuverability, still very nice.
Yeah.
The speed's good.
Yeah. I think the rudder shift's not far off what the Tier 4 was, is it really?
Mm.
And turning circles probably some around speed. So it's still quite nippy for a Tier 5.
Yeah, that's what I'm liking about these light cruisers. It is their maneuverability.
Yeah.
Concealment. This thing, we're going up a tier and we've only gone up 500 metres.
Yeah,
Now-
not much has changed.
The Leander does have the option of that permanent camo.
Do you have that on at the moment?
I don't have that on at the moment. That is definitely something I'm going to be grinding for.
Yeah.
We can just take a quick look at it if you want. I mean,
But yeah. If you put a Tier 4 on, what does that drop? Is it 4.5%, isn't it? Roughly?
yeah, it's 4.5%.
So that's half a kilometre nearly with the camo on, isn't it?
Maybe if you find that you're playing all the time, maybe grinding that permanent camo is going to be a definite, really.
Yeah.
And then upgrade-wise, again, aiming systems, and then going for steering gears.
Yeah, definitely. It's the way to
Playing
go.
to the advantage of the ship, really.
Should we move on to the Fiji?
Yeah, so the Fiji.
Here we are.
I see you haven't fully upgraded it though.
I see that I've kind of blown all my money on a fresh camo.
Well, I think
Yeah.
me and you have got the 6 and we were debating what the last upgrade is, isn't it? This is the extent we've got to now.
At the moment, I still can't make that call. To me, it's between steering gears and concealment mod, but
Yes. Yeah, you should be going for target acquisition. That's only useful for pushing smoke, isn't it? And
yeah,
if you're getting that close to stuff,
you got
why-
your sonar.
Exactly.
That's the thing.
What's the point worrying about it? I mean, if you bring up her stats, if we start off at concealment, then, because this is an interesting thing to look at, because she's pretty much the same as the one before, isn't
You've
it?
only gone up 100 metres.
That is with the camo.
That is with the camo.
So basically, you're creeping 500 sort of meters per tier almost.
Yeah,
aren't you?
which could represent just the size of the ship getting bigger,
Yeah.
really.
So, it doesn't put much pressure on the concealment. It might be worth going for the rudder, in my opinion, just looking at that, because I'm in the same predicament as you, which upgrade to put on it at the moment.
Yeah, the amusing one would be having a Fiji that's less detectable than Leander.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Survivability. She's going to suffer the same as the rest of them. However, her bout's getting a bit thicker that you might be able to, maybe against lighter cruisers, maybe the French ones, you can battle, or even destroyers, you can bounce those shots.
Yeah.
But battleships, don't get hit,
Yeah.
or you're going to get halved.
Yeah, you get halved again.
Artillery-wise, I really did like the guns here.
Yeah, they're really good actually.
They shredded quite nicely against cruisers and destroyers. And against battleships, it really depends on how they're angled. I mean, if they're broadside on, you can get nice plunging shots through the deck, which do return about 3,000
Yeah.
for me. But that's with my Lucians though as well, increasing that.
And creeping up to 14.8 kilometers, which is where most of the fun happens, I tend to find.
Yeah.
So you can reach out and touch it.
I mean, I haven't used the Fiji, but I noticed that the reload time stayed the same through the 4 and the 5 as well?
Yeah.
So you can carry on at the same rate as you were before, mitigate a lot of damage.
It's almost like it could be one of those where if you get into the swing of playing them and you get used to that rate of fire, you can almost get very proficient at churning them out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Torpedo wise, we're looking at the same torpedoes as the tier below, aren't we?
Same speed, same range, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that looks pretty
And
similar.
then manoeuvrability, she accelerates really fast.
Yeah, definitely.
I did like that.
And turning circles and rudders are not really getting any worse for higher tier, are they? It's just staying fast.
Yeah, it's
staying
staying pretty
agile.
good. Then consumable wise, we're still looking at the smoke repair party and sonar.
Yeah.
Again, you can change the smoke to a plane, but it's not really my preference.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, wow.
Exactly, proving your own point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Edinburgh. Consumable wise, now this is where it kind of gets a little bit interesting, chaps, with the that repair. We're now going up to 600 HP per second.
It's quite a sizable chunk, isn't it?
No, it's decent.
And we have been saying that when they introduced these whole repair parties into Tier 7 cruisers, it's been a bit,
Yeah.
sigh now sort of thing, because they just take so long to do anything, and they just, before you've got a lot done, you're just smacked in again.
Yeah, the only thing I found them useful for was you could just ignore a fire.
Yeah.
But with this, This is a bit more considerable.
Yeah, you could probably offset like a horrible hit on you from a cruiser whilst you know taking that damage.
Yeah.
Paying $600 a second.
Now
So that's useful.
Still got the sonar. Now this is another interesting one. You can swap your smoke for a plane or planes, or you can swap it for the radar.
What does the radar give us over the sonar? I mean, it's 9K as opposed to, what is it, 5 on sonar? 4.4. So basically doubling your sonar, but it only lasts for 30 seconds, obviously.
Yeah, but you have it in addition to your sonar. I think the surveillance radar, maybe if you're squadded up, maybe say a pair of Edinburghs.
One running
smoke, one running radar.
Yeah.
That could be a very nice combo, sharing that smoke screen. Even maybe running with a destroyer. Almost like treating this as a bigger Atlanta, like our fish and chip combo.
Yeah. We'll call this what, the husband and wife combo.
Yeah.
Holding hands going around.
His and hers.
Stats wise, you can see you've still got very low pool hit points, and your armour's still really thin.
That hasn't changed really a lot over the 6, has it, to be honest with you?
I was going to suggest maybe at this tier you may have to consider putting a Sims build in, because obviously you're getting to tier 7. If you've got a high Sims, you could add a few thousand onto those hit points. But
yeah, we do. We always think that.
Yeah, as it gets to the higher tiers, it kind of becomes more worthwhile. But only if you're.
I'm not quite sure, because with the armour being so thin, all you're probably doing is just offering more damage you can give away when you get folded in half.
Our only come back to that would be the fact that if you're taking fire damage, it gives you a bigger pool.
Yeah, the fire
so
damage.
you can walk the fire off, as it were, and then come repair it back off. That's more what it's used for.
And it gives you more leg room to put your decent damage control out, your repair party out as well.
Yeah, that's nice. Fair comment. Artillery, 12 6-inch guns.
It's actually gone down on the firing range by the looks of it, by 200 kilometres. 200 meters, sorry.
It looks like it, yeah. Because I think it's 14.8 for the for the Fiji.
But still, I mean, it's not bad.
It's about the same range, really, isn't it? There.
Yeah.
Maybe I could increase that out a little bit there, possibly. Torpedoes. It's the same torpedoes again. We've still got the same torpedoes from tier 5 and
bulk and just put them on everything.
Manoeuvrability.
Is it again?
The same? Yeah.
The ship's actually quicker, isn't it? But the turning circle's a bit larger.
Yeah, she's bigger, so she's going to be a bit more on that turn, but the general characteristics are all the same. And then concealment.
It's a big jump in the concealment though. That's an extra kilometre there, isn't it?
The size, isn't it?
Yeah, the ship's obviously a lot bigger.
I don't know if she's got any camo though.
Not at the moment, and there's no permanent camo available.
But then 4.5% of 11.5k, you're going to be taking 500-600 meters off, aren't you? So
mods I've gone aiming systems.
Yeah.
I think we've discussed that already. I've gone for steering gears. Just makes sense really there. I mean, your alternative is going for damage control.
Nah.
Yeah. Nah. And then I've gone for more steering gears. Now I could take the concealed mod there.
Yeah.
Reduce it. Take that. Maybe see if we can squeeze that kilometre out of her with that and the Type 4 camo.
Yeah.
But we've already discussed that we don't think targeting acquisition systems is going to be right here.
No.
I mean, if you want to find destroyers, go for a sonar radar build.
Yeah, and the thing is, you should be able to churn through those destroyers before you get close enough to make use of the RG anyway.
Yeah. And then lastly, I've gone for the increased range in the main guns. I don't think the secondary is where you want to go. I don't think the torpedoes are where you want to go. So your options is really reduce your reload time or increase your range.
I'm interested at the minute in the torpedo launchers. The other two I'm not even going to consider. So reload time down 15%, but risk. But my argument here is the fact that your job is to not get hit. So you don't want to be incapacitated, but you could take the nice buff of churning some torps out, because your job is to be trying dodging everything anyway. But
with tier 7 being landed battleships, you don't want to be close.
Yeah, but then you do find yourself in a position where you're either 1 minute you're there, next minute you're not with the battleships. So while you are there, you can get more torps out, sort of thing. So it's
15% of reload time though.
Yeah, but then you could also argue if you could get 4 or 5 salvos out of game, that's an extra salvo. If you looked at it like that.
I've found so far I haven't been able to get torpedoes. Haven't been the main trait with these.
Yeah, I mean it's new to us. We're not sure yet. But I wouldn't bother the other two. That one just intrigues me because I have things like that on the turpits, for example, and other things where it's it's interesting to get out when you're charging stuff.
How did you find the traverse speed on the Edinburgh?
It's fast enough.
Is it fast enough to risk taking the main battery mod free?
Ooh. Minus 13%, and you're comparing that against 20 seconds. So you probably might take that, well, what would you say, 22, 23 seconds?
Yeah. Could you do that?
Possibly. It's going to cost. I won't do it for the purpose of this because it will cost me some doubloons. Although, stop laughing at it.
We don't have our other person with us that only spends the money on everything.
Compared to him, I look quite moderate.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh well, that's the British Cruiser review with Back to the Port. I'm the Gaffer Major.
I'm Maggie Harris.
And I'm Man Bobs. Thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching.
Yeah, cheers.